Hello, our friends, Evolutionary Energy Arts family.
Hello there, welcome back.
Welcome back, guys. And I wanted to touch on a few things. You have a case of somebody that had come in contact with people, actually two cases, of people that come in contact with people who had traveled to Uganda. And as you see here, they're saying it wasn't Ebola that made these people sick, but it could be a norovirus. So a suspected Ebola exposure at Manhattan Urgent Care Facility had two patients rushed to the hospital by emergency workers in hazmat suits Sunday, but it was ruled out. The patients were transported from a city MD on East 125th Street and Lexington Avenue by responders wearing hazmat suits. That's always disconcerting. Again, I would so encourage people to read into terrain theory. Terrain theory. That explains so much that we take to be the basis of really understanding health and what can cause us harm.
I know, just our immune systems are everything, and they've done so much to just reduce that to complete rubble, and we need to go back and visit.
Oh, yeah. And why would they be rubble? Well, if you're one of those nice people that just feels bad or feels like you want to help a young lady, so you buy some Girl Scout cookies. Remember the Samoas? Oh, my God, they were my favorite. Of course, I like the Thin Mints, too, but now I haven't eaten them in 30 years, probably.
This made me so sad, because I love Girl Scout cookies. I don't eat them anymore. I haven't eaten them in years, but I wouldn't mind, if somebody had, hey, you want a Girl Scout cookie? I'd probably like one. But then we get this information in, and they're not so safe. And the whole reason I wanted to bring it up is because I feel that something can be done. I feel that the moms who are heading this up, they can easily call the manufacturers and say, hey, this is not acceptable, because you know what, it makes our kids sick too, and everybody else. So it's just not fair. Things, they don't need to be this way, and it really bummed me out to have to talk about this, and Girl Scout cookies of all things.
Yeah, and again, we got to get back to a world in which everything is automatically organic unless otherwise noted. So, there was a study that came out, and I got three sources here just to show you. This was all over the place, talking about these ingredients linked to a variety of conditions that we all want to stay far away from. What did they find? Well, they found that every sample of the cookies they tested contained glyphosate, which is the active ingredient in Roundup, and heavy metals like lead and arsenic. Now, you have Snopes, for instance, trying to debunk this and say, again, they're not in enough levels to be a danger. But you have to realize, are you just eating Girl Scout cookies all day? Are you, just drinking the purest water all day? This is a toxic buildup from so many different things, from the air we breathe, the water we drink, and of course the food that we put into our body, even things like deodorants and toothpaste and soaps and you name it, shampoos and conditioners and makeup. I mean, all these things have toxic ingredients that when they're all put together, they overwhelm the system. This is why they'll keep saying things like, well, that's not by itself at a level to be too worried about. But when you add it up over time too, some of these things are hard to get out of your system, and then you get toxic overload. There is more cancer than we've ever seen in our times. There's more cases of autism now than ever. Every single decade, our health gets worse and worse. And it shows us that what the system is doing and recommending is an abject failure, a complete failure. And that's the best case, is that it's a failure. The worst case is there's something much more diabolical going on. And, again, each has their own opinion on this. As we learn more and learning about our hidden history, Earth, the refugee planet. Yeah, this was a Patreon exclusive that we did this morning about 4 hours ago, 35 minutes long roughly. This felt fabulous. It was again, as we keep getting more information, we keep sharing it and trying to, again, recover and recount other info that we've given in bits and pieces in other videos. So at some point there's going to have to be a long series done, putting it kind of in a, watch this one first in a series of maybe 10 or 12 videos that'll get you caught up to a degree. There's a lot going on with our planet. We are in a quarantine zone, if you weren't aware of it, and our history is total fabrication. Of course, there is little nuggets of truth in there. So this is, again, a Patreon exclusive from this morning. You could join the family for as little as $1 a month. There are different tiers, and there's different benefits at each of the tiers, too, and it's all explained out there. And this was, for many people, their first look and actually see Cindy in her kitchen, making her homemade yogurt that she infuses with her magic, so to speak. Again, everything in this world responds to consciousness and intent. We make our own yogurt from scratch, and it's much more healthy than what you're going to get in the store. And this also was this week, and this was Tartarian and Denisovan and Neanderthals. What does Tartaria, Denisovans, and Neanderthals have in common? Actually, everything. And again, this was a Patreon exclusive. So these were this week's 3 Patreon exclusives that we did. And again, you could join the family over there for as little as $1 a month. Now, over in Tennessee, Kentucky, West Virginia, hard-hit flooding last night. It was really, really scary situations. One of our beloved family members, Michelle, her and her animals were kind of riding out the storm in little pockets on little islands on the property. Not a good situation.
No, so, we're sending prayers out to her and her animals, and a lot of people are in this situation. Definitely a really, really sad state. This is another thing just to say, it shouldn't be this way. It doesn't need to be this way. Things could be balanced. Things could be okay. And the reason they're not, it's not us. That's the thing. The controllers have an agenda. They want to do a thing, and this makes it very easy for them to do. And I hope I didn't say too much already.
No, but people see the clouds. I mean, it seems like, at least in my X feed, probably 30-40% are people taking pictures of the clouds and saying, look at those waves going through, look at those formations, look at the grid patterns, look at the big X's. This is an abomination. It needs to stop. And in Iowa, you have a House subcommittee hearing on a bill this week to ban chemtrails, geoengineering in the state of Iowa. Again, Tennessee was one of the ones that did ban it, but it still goes on. We saw bills in Florida. We still see it in Florida, as people are posting videos every day showing it. Now, some areas have had more blue sky. Now, I remember growing up and, really, I didn't see these things in the 70s and in the 80s. I really, really didn't. I didn't notice them in the 90s so much either. It again seems like when we get to about 2017, there was something that turned on in the system. And RFK Jr. announces that he's going to be advising 47 to ban pharmaceutical company commercials in the U.S. There's a lot of things happening that is, has been needed for years. So we do see a lot of hopeful actions, and we're watching cautiously to see if there's any tricks or gimmicks. That old story about Pinocchio, it looks like it actually was true.
There it goes.
We have proof, definitive proof. Clinical studies say if you tell a lot of fibs, your nose grows, your chin changes, and your earlobes change.
Yes.
There you go. It's clinical, definitive proof.
Yeah.
Look at this little one. Just adorable.
I mean, puppies, babies, puppies, they all deserve something like that.
Do you need a new baby or a baby puppy in your life?
They're so cute.
Absolutely. They'll give you so much love and joy. Thank you guys for being part of the family. We appreciate every single one of you. Source bless and namaste.
Namaste.